That was a nice break from making YouTube videos, but it's good to be back now. So let's do something creative and original to celebrate. And so what I have in the script is that I'm going to whine about something popular. Shit.
Talk about Uncharted 4 and Risk.
So, as the title implies, I'm going to be talking about Uncharted 4. And full disclosure here, I haven't bought the game, or even played it. Part of the reason I haven't rushed out to do this yet, is because there's one word that really screams out to me about the game. And that word is safe. Now I'm by no means claiming Uncharted 4 is a bad game. I've no doubt it is a good, or hell, even great game. But there's one thing it's not, and that's a risk taker. What triggered this thought was watching my friend's video on the game, and one particular new element to the game he mentioned during that video that really stuck out to me.
For this, in any stealth encounters you're actually able to aim and tag enemies. This lets you keep track of their movements even through walls and lets you better plan out your attacks.
So now we have a game where we approach an open arena filled with enemies, tagging them to keep track of them, and using this combined with a stealthy approach to take them out one at a time until we are spotted and transition into a straight shooter fight. And when did I start talking about Far Cry? Okay, maybe that's not entirely fair. They are two very different games, but this tagging and stealth option is such a common thing in non-stealth games nowadays, and it's illustrative of a problem I have with AAA games, and that is lack of risk, rough edges, or true innovation to them. As I said, Uncharted 4 is by no means a bad game, but its design has exactly this AAA problem. It's entirely built from what Uncharted did right before, a bit of what worked in Last of Us, and elements that worked from other games, like its tagging. It's safe. It's built entirely from what has been shown to work before. An example of this is the hand-to-hand combat in the game. See, one of the big introductions of Uncharted 3 was a more advanced hand-to-hand combat system. Now that was a flawed system, like how the combos would leave you exposed to get ripped apart by bullets, but it was something that made the game stand out from its contemporaries. So what does Uncharted 4 do with this? Well, absolutely nothing. Instead, it just returns to a more simplified hand-to-hand combat system, because that's what worked before. It just smooths out the rough edge rather than doing something risky and innovative. So why does this bother me so much? Well, the problem is it leads to a lot of familiarity between different games, and as the saying goes, familiarity breeds contempt. I have a lot of games, and when I look at myself, I like the idea of these holding a lot of different styles and ideas to experience. I mean, I do have a series of videos where I review unique games. And further to this, I don't like the idea of perfection, due to it pretty much requiring proven and refined concepts with mass appeal. I'd much rather more attention was given to flawed or interesting titles, like The Dishwasher or Nier, that can appeal to a niche audience, even if a lot of people are alienated or put off by them. Which is why I've done a video on Uncharted instead of either of those games. So, in conclusion, I'm a hypocrite, this video is poorly structured, and bacon is delicious. It's good to be back.